What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoundHound. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is down 3.62%, 890 the low, 935 the high. So today was a relatively volatile day. So when it comes down to the data points, we had GDP and initial jobless claims coming in better than anticipated, which is good. But the market is looking for reasons to really move higher. And I think it's very fixated on interest rates being cut. These two data points right here, as good as they are, they don't really justify rate cuts for the foreseeable future. So it's kind of a very interesting scenario that the market is in. Plus, a lot of analysts over the last couple of weeks have started to state that all these tariffs are really going to prompt a recession and ultimately hit the consumers more than what has already happened over the last year and a half. So all in all, these data points, as good as they are, they don't really portray what the tariffs are going to be. So we'll have to wait 2 reports from now, but nonetheless, there's still a lot of fear. And right now, most likely I anticipate a little bit more of a broader market pullback right now as last minute jitters associated to PCE. So this one will definitely move the market. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts on all of that in the comments below. SoundHound hasn't put out anything, whether it be on social media or any official PR, no SEC filings. So it has been simply piggybacking off of the broader market. And even if you look at my watch list, a lot of stocks, AI plays are down like 3+%. So SoundHound's just obviously piggybacking off of that. Shorts, though, aren't really doing all that much. Right now, they are returning 2.5 thousand shares, so very small amount. First thing, though, just to give you a quick overview, they did increase just to kind of set the trajectory. So they always do that time and time again. So at its peak, they were increasing 3.2 million shares. So what they always do, first thing, they increase significantly. That way it kills the momentum of SoundHound, and then they just ease off. So it's very unfortunate. And actually, as I just kind of refreshed it, it looks as though now they're returning 79,000 shares. This is the game that they do play, very much pure manipulation. And even when I'm looking at a lot of articles just to see if what people are saying about SoundHound, I saw this article initially and I thought that this was going to be bullish. So SoundHound AI has been my favorite artificial intelligence stock in 2025. Here's why I'm not changing course in the sell-off, which is kind of weird because again, I was looking for just the general consensus of what people are talking about. In this article, this guy is not that bright because very misleading title. If you actually go through this, it says why I'm buying SoundHound AI again. It's kind of a stupid response because it says here that he couldn't just stomach the excessive price manipulation SoundHound AI experienced in December and he's glad it's over. So turns out he did sell, and I'd rather pay a small premium for the stock than I be left empty-handed. So he left a small amount of his premium in SoundHound, but he sold everything else. So it's just very misleading. So again, I think this is a very good kind of representation of what people are thinking about SoundHound. They like the stock, they just don't like the manipulation. And obviously shorts manipulate it like crazy. Even in the last interview, CEO brought it up. So kind of stupid stuff all in all. But today, 1.6 million in calls, 1.44 in puts. 45% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature and ultimately kind of in line with what the last couple of days has been. So 3 million for total premiums, 3.3 as far as yesterday, 3 million the day before. So kind of in line for that. The call options that are being purchased today, you see a consensus for it to be above 1050 to maybe 11. A lot of that is dependent on PCE for it to really push the broader market higher. Flip side, bears are anticipating for it to be sub $9, which it did hit low today, but it did bounce off of a very key support level, so I'll go over that in a second. These are all the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000. So you had 2 buys right here, so 1.54 million, 113,000. That did prompt this push higher. and then you had shorts, and just clearly these entities right here just sell a couple of minutes later. So it's an unfortunate chain of events. These are all the transactions that did occur on the dark pool. So dark pool is a little bit more popular as per usual, so let me know your general thoughts on that. With it right now at 902, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so $8.87 is that strong support. Kind of bounced off of that general area today, with 890 being the low, so just watch for that going forward into the next couple of trading days, because if it does break below that, then yeah, you could see a little bit more kind of pullback. Flip side, $11.97 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance. Even if PCE is positive tomorrow, so if it comes in a little bit lower than anticipated, then ultimately I still don't really see this pivot point being touched, only because a lot of people are very fearful about the tariffs, which are going to be in force next week. So it is just, like I said, a very unfortunate chain of events. No new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. On the actual chart itself, did push below that ALMA, so that is sitting at $9.84. Next strong kind of level to watch for here is that yellow line, very faint. Maybe I'll change the color of that going forward, but $8.58. So right now, SoundHound's just at the mercy of the broader market. As I've stated, technically, if you think about SoundHound, they increase efficiency. So regardless of whether the market's in an expansionary stage or contraction, it should do fairly well. It just needs to market itself that way. So I think, just like I said, if you believe in SoundHound, take advantage. Dollar cost averaging might be the best way to go, because sometimes you think that the bottom is in, and then the market just has other plans for SoundHound. And that does happen, obviously, with any stock that is heavily manipulated. So let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon to give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worth a while to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.